I'm sorry, the sound is not coming. I'm breaking the ice. Greetings, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests.
Good evening.
My name is Harshita M. Krishna, and 14/11/2003 is when my story begins. I was the only child for 2 years, and those 2 years was the best. Right? Because I don't remember a thing. After these 2 years, my brother came into being, and I downgraded. That's the life of firstborn. Can't really help. And then fast forward to first grade. First grade to fifth grade, I was in Bangalore, and it used to rain for almost half of the year, heavy downpour. So the one memory that I managed to remember is traveling to school. So I was all fully layered. First my uniform, then my bag, then my raincoat, and then shoes. Logged in on the bicycle, trying to, speed through the flooded colony roads just to get to school. Late. And school was good, but math teacher, bad. Speaking of learning, my mom being my mom, she put me in all sorts of classes. So after school, I used to dance and make some noise with Desi boys. Dance classes. And then on summer vacation days, I used to constantly get my stomach hurt, trying to die. Swimming classes. And on weekends, I was trying to draw red mountains, green skies, black sun. Any guesses? Art classes. Fast forward to 2006. Fast forward to sixth grade. So sixth grade, I was in Delhi. In my time there, I had some spicy memories and some sweet memories. And speaking of spicy, our teachers had planned a 15-day excursion trip covering 3 places. One is Taj Mahal, one is Fatehpur Sikri, and Red Fort. So with the entire 6th grade. But convincing my parents was the real deal here. Oh my God, the promises that I had to make, the crocodile tears that I had to bring out. I don't think I was ever this determined to get anything in my life. The commitment was next level to get that sign. And then eventually what happened? Imagine not being able to get that one tear, and the next thing you know, pen has replaced matchstick in your dad's hands, and consent letter is burning. Nightmare. But it was all worth it. And then fast forward to 2016, I was back in Bengaluru, and I had so much fun and games in Delhi that I had to repeat my 7th class. I was this uncle in every family who knows everything. So I was relating myself to that uncle. I was him for a while. And then fast forward to 10th grade. Last year of high school, 4 of our girls, we were a gang, and we used to do all of these things together. So there was a science day exhibition. We all thought of registering. So there was 3 categories: math exhibition, social exhibition, and science exhibition. So all 4 of us went and registered in math, social, and science exhibition. 4 of us each. And I was in charge of social project. My friend was in charge of the science, and my other friend was of math. And my one more friend was the link to keeping us all sane in this madness. And then eventually we made our models. We submitted the projects. We did the Q&A with the externals, and the next day results were out. And guess what? Surprisingly, all 4 of us won in all 3 categories. That means each friend in the group got 3 prizes to take home. So full monopoly, complete domination. And next, it was scamming the system and starting a revolution vibes in our young minds. Speaking of scamming, my boards were done, high school ended, but somewhere in the world, sneezing and coughing started, and it seriously spreaded. And then eventually, the next thing you know, Charminar is abandoned, and Charminar was abandoned, and COVID pandemic was officially declared. This is when life became serious. For me, it went downhill. So what actually happened was, so next thing that happened, life became serious. I was told to pick a career for myself. I was told to ditch my tennis classes, but I was given two options. One, doctor, and one more, engineer. You're free to choose. So I chose physics, chemistry, biology, and I surrendered myself to go to a 12th century cave in the outskirts of Hyderabad, where there's no source of light, no communication, only depression. And so the first year was chill because it was all online, and that's when I actually stopped studying. Second year happened, and they called us back to the hostels. I went to the hostel, and I only lasted 2 weeks. In that hell, it was traumatic. It was a hell hole, to be honest. And then I shifted back to a branch nearby, and in the morning I used to go to college, and then evening I used to prepare for my final exams. So eventually 12th state boards were done. I did not give my NEET. JEE wasn't an option, and I gave IB Mat, but I couldn't clear it. I interviewed for TACME BBA in Mahe, Bangalore, who got an offer letter, but I was unsure. So I ended up in Reva University, and here I am. If there's anything you want to take away from today's speech, then it should be, dude, you guys should do drugs in your college. Your story would be much more dramatic. But on a serious note, it doesn't matter how many places you go or how many people you meet. At the end of the day, it all comes down to how you use those experiences to make a difference in the world. Or as my dad would say, a rolling stone gathers no moss, but sometimes it's the same very rolling stone that discovers a whole new garden. Thank you.
Okay, we can keep standing. We also standing.